What happens when the place you learn about life is built right next to the place that commemorates death? On one side of this fence, the sounds of laughter, learning, and the future. On the other, the silent stone, the weathered names, and the deep, quiet whispers of the past. Most people drive by this place every day and never give it a second thought. An old school, an old graveyard. But I believe the connection between them is more than just proximity. Today, we're not just looking at two separate locations. We're going to uncover the single story that binds them together. This is the story of the schoolside graveyard.
Hello everyone and welcome. As you can see, this is Elmridge Elementary School. Looks like any other school from the outside, brick walls, big windows, a playground full of life on weekdays. It was built in 1898, over 120 years ago. It's seen generations of students pass through its halls, but it has a neighbor that's even older. This is the old Northridge Cemetery. The first burials here date back to the 1850s, long before the school was even a blueprint. So the question that has always fascinated me is, why? Why would a town build its brand new hub of childhood and education right here on the edge of its most solemn ground? There are local rumors, of course. People who grew up around here have all heard stories that make this place sound like a haunted school. Tales of strange lights in the classrooms at night, or figures seen looking out the windows long after everyone has gone home. But I've always felt those stories were a way of explaining an uncomfortable feeling, rather than the truth itself. I think the real story is much more human and much more profound. And to find it, we need to start by exploring the old graveyard history. Let's go inside. The moment you step in here, the atmosphere changes completely. It's peaceful, but it's a heavy kind of peace. The first thing you notice is how the graveyard is laid out. Up front, near the main road, the headstones are more modern. Polished granite, clear lettering, dates from the 1950s up to recent years. But that's not where our story is. To find the connection to the school, we need to go deeper. We need to go to the back. Look at the craftsmanship on these older stones. They're made of slate and sandstone. Time and weather have worn them down, making the names and dates difficult to read. It's like the memories themselves are fading. Elijah Croft, born 1821, died 1879, a man of the soil. This man lived and died before the school over there even had its first brick laid. He would have known this land as open fields. Okay, this is the section I was looking for. This is the oldest part of the cemetery, and it's also the most neglected. It almost feels like a separate, forgotten cemetery back here. The stones are smaller, more uniform, and clustered much closer together than in the newer sections. And this is where the timeline gets interesting.
I spent some time